Guys, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is May 4th, 2024, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News channel. Alright guys, so we have some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share this video. And just looking at this title, once again, it's not looking good. Guys, for the first time in US history, an F-16 being controlled not by human pilot, but an AI. Now, I want to show you something really quick here, guys. Now, this is very important. We never seen anything like this. This is the first time, guys. First time ever. All right, so it says here, this F-16 was controlled by artificial intelligence, not a human pilot. And riding in a front seat was Air Force Secretary Frank. AI marks one of the biggest advances in military aviation since the introduction of stealth in the early 1990s. All right, let's stop here for a second. So for the first time, again, we've seen F-16s being controlled by AI. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Terminator, like in the late 80s and early 90s, that AI was being run by, again, the world was being run by AI. And these AI has built armies, the Terminators. And very powerful movie. We have seen a lot of these movies foreshadowing it's coming true. Even Demolition Man, that movie is coming true. So I find this a little concerning because should we be trusting, you know what? Because they could just, I mean, they have no feelings. They could push buttons of NUKE and fire it towards other regions. Now, I did post a video yesterday. You have the sleeping giant, the US and other lands have called on the bear country to sign this agreement not to give AI control of NUKES. Now, remember, in the movie Terminator, AI had control of the NUKES. So again, throughout the movie, there was many nukes being fired left and right. If you guys want to check out the movie, they have those movies. I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Netflix or something. But yeah, a lot of stuff that the '90s movies has been foreshadowing all these events. All right, so let's see what's going on here, guys. Also, talking about F-16, I just posted a video about F-16. Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. Tomorrow, May the 5th. UKR F-16 will enter the yellow and blue country after Orthodox Easter. So this thing that's going to the yellow and blue is going to be armed with those very powerful AASM hammer. All right. So again, they're getting stuff ready. They're going in. They're not wasting time. And the reason why is because the yellow and blue country, the leader 2 years ago, he announced Marshall LAW. And this is why the election of March 31st didn't take place, because the country is under Marshall LAW. But starting May 20th, that's the deadline. That thing is going to be lifted. And so what's going to happen after that? Well, the bear just came out, and I just posted a video. The link will be in the comments box. The bear came out and said that they're going to cuff the leader of the yellow and blue country and certain groups that work for him. All right, so all that information will be in the comments box, guys. And this is the reason why these F-16s are being talked a lot. They're going to enter the yellow and blue soon. You have NATO forces, and again, believe it or not, they are in Odessa. So they're about to go all in pretty soon, guys. This thing is going to hit the fan. It seems like they're trying to protect Mr. Z because, again, that Marshall LAW is going to be lifted, and the election, all that type of stuff. All right, let's see what's going on here. I don't know why they use a picture of Mr. Burns. They made it seem like Mr. Burns is an AI and he's operating the F-16. I don't know why they use that picture. All right, so once again, this F-16 was controlled by AI. AI marks one of the biggest advances in military aviation since the introduction of stealth in the early 1990s, and the Air Force has aggressively leaned in. Now, even though the technology is not fully developed, the service is planning for an AI enabled fleet of more than 1,000 unmanned. Oh my goodness. Wow, 1,000? The first of them operating by 2028. Guys, there's going to be 1,000 of these birds is going to be controlled by AI. 1,000? Wow. You know what that means too, right? It means that pretty soon we don't need, when it comes to when it comes to Air Force. Here comes the Terminators. Here comes the Terminator. All right, so it says here. Okay. It was fitting that the dogfight took place at Edwards Air Force Base, a vast desert facility where Chuck broke the speed of sound, and the military has accommodated its most secret aerospace advances. Now, inside classified simulators and building with layers of shielding against the surveillance, a new test pilot generation is training AI agent to fly in biblical wars. Man, Kendall traveled here to see AI fly in real time and make a public statement of confidence in his future role in an air combat. Here's the thing what a lot of people's not talking about. Let's say these 1,000 birds are in the sky, right? The thing that pops in my head is cyber. Cyber has been happening a lot. So what happened, let's say some group, they hack into one of these birds and they have control. Ooh, I got the control of the F-16. Let me turn this bird around. I'm just saying. All right, so it says here it's a security, you know what, not to have it. At this point, we have to have it. See, that's... We are the most powerful... Well, we used to be. But back then, the sleeping giant was the most powerful. Why? Because we put God first. One nation under God. But again, I mean, now everything's all different. You know, now we can... The abomination is the thing nowadays. And I can't believe I'm saying that. But again, just imagine living in the 90s and explaining, hey, I come from the year 2024. I'm sorry, but... I'm going to have to tell you all this. Man, they're going to think we crazy. Man, what's wrong? I mean, how could you allow that to happen? Once again, you have the control F-16 called Vista. Flew Kendall in lightning-fast maneuvers at more than 550 miles an hour that put pressure on his body at 5 times the force of gravity. It went nearly nose-to-nose with a second human-piloted F-16, as both birds raced within 1,000 feet of each other, twisting and looping to try force their opponent into vulnerable position. At the end of the hour-long flight, Kendall climbed out of the cockpit, grinning, and he said he had seen enough during his flight, that he trusts this still learning AI. I was in shock. I love this AI. It doesn't talk back to me. I don't talk back to him. I think I'm going to marry it. So, with the ability to decide whether or not to launch these equipments in biblical war, Kendall's like, man, I like it. I like what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I think you need to watch the Terminator. So there's a lot of opposition to that idea. Arms control expert and humanitarian groups are deeply concerned that AI one day might be able to autonomously drop BOMBS and take out many without further human consultation. And they are seeking greater restriction on its use. Look at that. There are widespread and serious concerns about setting, decision to sensor and software. All right, so they are sounding the alarm. They're saying, hey, this is, we need to think twice, man. Kendall said there will always be human oversight in the system when these things are used. So basically, he want the AI to be in control, but the humans will have the final say. Oh, man, this is where we at, man. So once again, the military shift to AI-enabled planes and driven by security and cost strategic capability. If the sleeping giant and the red dragon should end up in biblical war, for example, today's Air Force fleet of expensive manned fighters will be vulnerable because of gains on both sides in electronic warfare, space and air defense system. The Red Dragon Air Force is on pace to outnumber the sleeping giant and is also amassing a fleet of flying unmanned equipments. Man, the sleeping giant is really, really behind on that one. Future biblical war scenarios envision swarms of sleeping giant unmanned aircraft, providing an advanced strike on enemy defenses to give the sleeping giant the ability to penetrate an airspace without high, LIVES. But the shift is also driven by ching. The Air Force is still hampered by production delays and cost overruns. An F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, which will cost an estimated of $1.7 trillion. That's not a lot of money. That's nothing there. That's just peanuts. So $1.7 trillion. Again, we in $34 trillion debt. Might as well just throw it in there. $36 trillion is not that bad. Smaller and cheaper AI-controlled unmanned jets are the way ahead, Kendall said. Vista, military operators. No other land in the world has an AI jet like it, where the software first learns on millions of data, and a similarity, then tests its conclusion during actual flights. You know what I learned? I experienced something yesterday. I was working Uber Eats, right? Louis went to Chipotle. Louis got 2 orders, all right? So I grabbed the orders. I put in the back seat. Like I always do. I started driving, and it's a red light, so I hit the brakes. And then the bag fell. Boom! I'm like, no! I had to park somewhere. I checked the back seat. One of the Chipotle bowl, the lid opened up, and the food was all over the place. I started crying. I'm like, no. Customer's gonna get mad. And so I had to call Uber support. But they have this new thing. It's called the Uber AI message. I'm like, oh, great. So I had to click on that. Tell us what's your problem. Food fell, lid open, and blah, 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 blah. So less than a split second, AI sent all this information, numbers, emails, and everything. Call this number. I'm like, wow. AI is big. If you check your messenger, I got this AI thing in my messenger. I'm like, what is this thing? So I'm like, who is LeBron James? And it gave me all these lists with his pictures and everything in a split second. I'm like, man, this is where we at right now. So if you get a quick response like that, just imagine them operating an F-16. This thing, you can't outrun it. Let's say drones is being run by AI. And let's say the drone is looking for you. You're gonna outrun it? This thing is too fast. They know where you at. Laser, bzz, laser, bzz. That's it. Yeah, welcome to the Terminator style. By the way, the order was all fixed. I talked to the customer. He said, hey, don't worry about it. I'm like, hey, Uber said that, they will reimburse you and you get a free Chipotle bowl. So, you're getting, again, free food, you're getting your money back, and you're going to get a free bowl. And then Louis probably going to get a 1 star. All right. So the Red Dragon has AI, but there's no indication it has found a way to run tests outside its similarity. And like a junior officer first learning tactics, some lessons can only be learned in the air, Vista test pilot said. Alright. So I'm just going to skip the rest of this here, but yeah, you guys get the picture. Yep, this is where we at right now. An F-16, for the first time, being operated by AI. Kendall was right next to me on passenger seat and said, man, this is incredible. This thing is even better than human pilots. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Until someone gets into the computer system and, oh, I got an F-16. I got thousands of them. Yeah. Prepare yourself spiritually, physically, and mentally. This is where we at. We are seeing it. We are living it. We're witnessing Bible prophecy happening right in front of our faces. Anyway, guys, please share this video. It's very important. We are seeing Terminator style. And it's just a matter of time when, again, 2030, I mean, everything's going to be different. We're going to wish that we were back in 1990s. You know what, guys, I went to one of these libraries, me and my wife, and they sell books for 25 cents. And I saw a bookshelf, and there was stuff right in front of it. So I moved the cart, and I seen VHS tape. And again, when I see that, it's like gold to me. Because it's old school. I like old school stuff. But I seen some old movies. Back to the Future. In really good condition. 1, 2, and 3. It's mine. 25 cents each. These things go for a lot of money because it's antique. I'm like, it's mine. I put it in my collection. So I got the young ones. I got the Berenstein Bears and all that type of stuff. VHS tape. We're going to watch it later on. Anyway, guys, again, please share this video. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to give your life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path. And that's the path of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2. Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.